What's up, my cannonballs? What's up, my cannonballs? We're back for a short, quick second. Hopefully, it won't take me too long to get this out, but I don't mind if I go over time. So I'm over here sitting around here watching a little some social media stuff, and I was just kind of sometimes I be taken back when I see certain individuals that are accepting unacceptable behavior when it comes to another gender. And I honestly feel like, at some point, you got to come to the realization with yourself. Yeah, you may have had some good that night, but eventually, if you are not always really on the same board as that person is that's trying to get you on board with him, and y'all are, well, really y'all want to make it official, then 9 times out of 10, you're still gonna be continuing going through what you're going through. You know, although you may really like this person, you may really like them, like really love the dirty draws. But if they want to step out or on you, they're gonna do that. People are going to only allow and show you what they want you to really know, because at the end of the day, just like how you can easily step on out, they can do it twice as harder, or twice as really really easy. So easy to the point where you be feeling like, damn, is this the norm? Are you okay? You good? All right, I see you later. But at the same time, when they say that see you later, you never know how long that later gonna be. It may be just a little while, because they done found some new ass to fuck on, and therefore you may be the only one. Well, not the only one, but you may be one of the ones getting canceled out for the time being, because they are spending, time and time and time with some new ass, And I would suggest, you shouldn't really cry over something that you can't change. You just can't. Because at the end of the day, it only make you go crazier. And really, you know, it's so much, it's so many people out there, and so much to do with someone else new. Not saying necessarily you have to go out there and try to go find anybody just to fill a void for the time being, but just get to know someone, have a conversation, go out for a cup of coffee, go out for some lunch, maybe a dinner or two. It doesn't have to necessarily be about, oh, we're gonna see how compatible we are, and then all of a sudden we just gonna go get hitched. Like, no. So then, I feel like that's where a lot of people mess up at. They feel like all of a sudden, once they have been around each other for a few weeks, days, maybe months, maybe a year or two, they need to get married. Granted, yeah, you may want to get to that place soon, but at the same time, let's get to know each other, because I would say living with someone, it's kind of already hard living with sometimes people that you may know, which is sometimes could be your family, but living with the people that's not family, sometimes that can be a little bit much, on both parties. You may not know it, but it eventually it hit you, and they may already know it, because sometimes people that are not so used to being roommates, or we're really just living with each other, they may not be used to that. And they may not, they may want to just have a break or a time to themselves, but they can't do that, because now they are in a quote unquote marriage or a relationship. Because sometimes people, when they do get in relationships, they want to start moving in, which I say give it a year or two, and then then you make that step, because moving in underneath someone can easily go two ways. Like, it can go for the good, or it can also go for the bad. Not saying that the bad's gonna, not saying that it can always be bad, but it can have some turns to the point where you be feeling like, damn, I don't know, I thought I knew you, but you showing me some different things that I'm not in agreement with, and that's okay, because that is just something that comes along with it. You just have to learn how to deal with that, and let that be something that y'all can bring up and talk to each other about, because when you don't talk about certain situations and I would say certain events that may happen while you are in a relationship, you know, things like that. I would say, the old things can sometimes be brought back up, and they shouldn't be brought back up, because it should be already settled and done, taken care of. Taken care of, and then you ain't got to come back, go back to it. Like, once we have already brought up, once we have already brought up things that me and you both have agreed to on not doing to each other. That shouldn't be another it shouldn't be any arguments. It shouldn't be really any I'm gonna throw this back in your face. After we'd have, talked about it and squash it, let it be. Let it be. And if you are having trouble with accepting for what things may be, hell, you just may have to just do the best for you and get up on out of the situation so you don't feel so hurt and damaged by a individual that may have problems with being committed to only you, you know. And sometimes I say with growth, you will get there. You will definitely get there. It just takes a little time. It takes some time. Sometimes you can't. You may be a little. You may. I hate to say it, but no, I don't like to say this. But you may be a little bit of a fool. Sometimes you may play the game. But you got to get about that game, because that game that you are continuing to allow to happen, because you are allowing it. If you are still coming online and expressing to the world about it, you are still going through it, and you just need to wake up. Wake up and know that the ball is in your court. Did they get me or did you get them? And most 9 times out of 10, people the ones that really do be complaining are the ones that is the catch, which is, hey, I fall into that category, but I don't fall into the complaining part about it because I know how to deal with certain stuff. But when it comes to other people that hasn't got to that place, you'll figure it out that, baby, it's up to me. It's not up to them. They won't have this type of emotion over me. They won't have this type of power or control over me, because at the end of the day, you came to me for some service. I didn't come to you. And that's kind of how it's always been a little bit for me on my end. A lot of these people out here, they want to get to know me. I don't take myself all that serious. I know I'm a very handsome young man, but I know, looks fade. I'm not really all up and uptight about that. It's all about really, getting what you need to get for the rest of your life, and you continue to be, continue to make everything work out for yourself and other people that's around you. But all of this thinking that I'm just the best thing since sliced bread, no sir. All that stuff can change. It can definitely change. It can definitely change. But yeah, you guys, it's just, hey, once you get to that place and you know that, man, I am who I am, and either you're gonna learn to accept it or you're not, or you're not. People can move their ass, but at the end of the day, they can always still wanting to really call you up or see what you doing. Now they probably don't want too much nothing, but it's the fact that they are calling you. You ain't calling them. And I would suggest you don't call. You may send out send out a text message. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We all have done it. But as far as what checking and making sure this person is all right, and this is going right for them, we ain't doing all that, because we're grown. And I feel like we should already know the things that we should already have for us, and no one should be reminding us about the things how we about how things are supposed to be going for you, wherever you at in your life. Enough time for the pep talks. You should be able to take heed now. That's enough. All this asking questions. How did y'all make it, and how am I supposed to go on? You can ask questions, but at the same time, you're gonna have to start answering. At the same time, you will be answering your own questions when you are doing things like that. That's why you gotta wake up. Just you wake up and get out of that whole funk, because woe is not you. The majority of the time, it be the person that you are fooling around with. They haven't got to a place where they want to stop doing what they want, doing what they are doing. But sometimes people have spirits on them to the point where it's kind of hard to shake them off, or a habit. But I would say after a while, it just, for me, I think it becomes more than a habit. Just like it's a mandatory decision to go out there and mess around, on someone, because of your own selfish reasons. And granted, people may, they may like each other, and I would say the person that's cheating, they may like the new ass, but at the same time, you still can cause many problems with that. But the person that is dealing with someone that's like that, you just know the ball is in your court. How much are you willing to accept? And how much are you willing not to accept? Because once you start putting your foot down and let it be known that this is what I'm going to accept and I'm not going to be accepting this, everything is going to flow, you know, the right way or the wrong way. Now they can either go the bad way quickly, but hey, that's when you will get you another answer too on the side that this person really ain't about it, and he ain't ready. This person ain't ready for you. She may not be ready for you. You know, she may have little freaks on the side too. Sometimes I would say sometimes both parties may not be so ready if they got to continue to step out and turn off their locations and just do all type of things that's out of the norm for them. Because it's so quote unquote a relationship, but it's actually a situationship. But they trying to make it into a relationship, which is just sometimes it can work and sometimes it may not work. You know, them situationships can really outbeat the relationship. I'm trying to tell you, but I want to be in a relationship. I don't want to be in a situationship because, and I feel like if we are in a situationship, therefore we playing house. We ain't even trying to get serious. It's because at the same time certain things would not be going on, and you would not be noticing certain things. You start noticing the norm, but when the norm get when the norm get unknown, well, when it start to be a little bit we're really not being normal anymore. Hey, it's either you gonna stay or you gonna go. Simple as that. All right, you guys, I'm out.